Welcome back to Critical Moment. K.Hester, we are reaching the very end of our show. What would you advise? What would be the motto of living in Thailand?
Well, I guess my personal motto is really, one is keep it simple.
Okay.
And secondly is work hard and play harder.
Work hard and play harder.
Play harder.
So play harder than what you work.
Otherwise, how are you going to relax? Right?
Okay, how do you relax?
Let me break it out a little bit, right? I mean, our business is complicated enough. So keeping things simple, keeping it short, keep it simple. Everybody understand what you want. Making it, nobody needs to second guess what you're thinking. And keeping it simple. I think that's good. 2, work hard. We're all workaholic. Right? Our business is 24/7. So your mind could not just switch off completely. But you got to be able to find a way to relax. So work hard, playing harder means everybody got to relax. Like for example, in our support center here, we have a Sanuk zone.
I see it. You have pool table. You have some toys all over the place. Is this a workplace? What?
Well, we're pool table. We have table football.
Yeah.
And we have 2 massage chairs.
Okay. And
this zone is called Sanuk zone.
Do they have to punch out when they come to the Sanuk zone?
Anyone can come and use the Sanuk zone any time of the day.
Without having to punch out.
There's
out means?
There's no punch out required
right.
or lock in when you sit on the massage chair.
Okay.
That's very important.
What's the logic of that?
Nobody,
so that people can goof?
If they want to goof, by all means. But end of the day, it's a result that tells. Right? I mean, as an organization, if we got to stand over a shoulder and ensure someone is sitting on his desk just to work, something is wrong. Our meeting rooms are done with bean bags, and our meeting room is done with low sofa chair. Right? It's for people to go in and sit and be creative. Right? So you don't need to be in a serious environment to work.
What kind of creativity do you need selling Big Macs?
Well, how do you make the burger, double cheeseburger, more creative? How do you sell it more? How do you create our ice cream, our McFlurry? More new product under McFlurry.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You have new things coming in all the time.
So you create new ideas to come in, right? And also understand what the consumer wants. It's not what we want.
So far, what do we want?
Convenience.
Okay, customer you serve that 24 hours, drive in more outlets.
Right. Customer wants speed of service.
Speed of service.
They don't want to wait long. So how do we serve our customer 55 seconds each time in front of counter?
Oh, okay.
So we track that.
Okay.
They want high quality food. So our quality assurance team works with supplier to go through system understanding each of the critical steps in the supply chain.
Okay.
In the manufacturing, from the farm. So we look from farm to table. The whole process, how each step goes.
You look through the entire supply chain.
So the entire chain is being looked at.
Okay.
Right? So ensuring that there's no shortcut in quality.
All right. Now that's the work part.
Correct.
The play harder. How do you apply that?
Join me for a drink, I'll let you know. Well, we normally finish this work. We normally have a dinner meeting and so on. By 9:30, 10 o'clock, I might meet some friends, have a few drinks. As you can see, we have a bar here. We might drink here.
You have orange juice, milk,
whiskey, cognac,
tequila
as well.
Okay, all right.
No, again, we don't take ourselves seriously. Right? I mean, we're here to get a job done. Now, I always tell the team, when we come to work for a company, you pick the company. But within the company, you pick your friends. You can choose, you're my colleague, but not my friend.
Okay.
But we want to make sure that everyone working with McThai chooses everybody as a friend, not just a work colleague.
Okay.
Some might take 1 month, some might take 1 year to be there.
Do you have a lot of friends here?
I think so. I think I have quite a few. And speaking of friends, I probably have more Thai friends than expat friends.
Okay.
So we talk about living in Thailand. One of my strong beliefs is you work in a country, you adopt the country you're working in.
Okay.
And therefore, I'm not an expat anymore. After 23 years, I consider myself a Thaiporium.
คุณพูดไทยได้
ได้ครับ
โอเค
อย่าพูดเท่าไหร่ก็ได้ก็ตอนนี้
enough to จีบผู้หญิง
ชิปุ้ยไม่รู้จัก มีภรรยาหนึ่งคนเนี่ยพอแล้วครับ
โอเค
But I think the important thing is really working in the adopting the country, pick up the language, even though we don't speak right. But I think the effort goes a long way.
The Thai people appreciate that,
I mean,
right?
Thai people appreciate that.
Okay.
Right, goes a long way. One, and mixing with the Thai community. Why should expats be here and only be with expats?
That's what I see. A lot of expats hang out with other expats, but you are the opposite.
Now, the question is, are they seeing themselves short term or long term here?
You are.
I've been here 23 years in and out.
And you're here for another 20-something years?
I hope to grow old hair all white here.
That's very good because the Thai government can tax from you.
Oh, I'm paying a lot of tax too.
Good, thank you very much.
Yeah. But they got to improve the traffic to make my tax work.
Okay, all right. And you are now living for 20-something years. You have more Thai friends than the expat because expat come and go, but you stay.
Precisely.
What would you advise to the Thai people working with expats then?
I think number one, Thai has a very strong polite culture and always the word geng chai.
So you know the value of เกรงใจ
อยู่กับฝรั่งไม่ต้องเกรงใจเลยครับ
เกรงใจ in English would be overly considerate.
Right.
Right?
But why do we need to be overly considerate?
Because it's in our culture. We เกรงใจค่ะ
แต่ไม่ต้อง I think it should be both ways. Right? That's why I think sometimes the clash of culture is because our Thai culture is too เกรงใจ and our expats sometimes coming in is very different. But the normal behavior is different.
Okay.
Right? So I think number one, our Thai culture should be I'm not saying to be rude. We continue to be polite, but be frank, be open. Just talk about what we want to talk about. Right? And I think communication make things work. So I think if for my Thai friends here to work well with expats or the Thai community, clearly is to continue to engage in conversation.
Right.
And when in doubt, always ask.
Okay.
I think that's the best way because sometimes geng chai we overly consider we don't ask. If we don't ask, we might understand the situation.
And do you apply that concept of eliminating เกรงใจ from your organization?
Oh, I always tell them, geng chai doesn't exist here.
Okay. So they feel to say anything. They feel free to talk to you about anything.
I think they feel quite freer.
Okay.
I don't think it's all the way there. You asked me about the weakness of us.
Yeah.
I think that's one area. Well, not 100%. I think we're probably about 75-80%.
Okay.
I don't think we're all the way there. But I still want to see that there are 20 or 25% where we can be totally 100% open.
Well, last words, food for thought. How would you, as an expat, living in AEC?
How would I live?
Is it applicable living in Thailand and AEC?
Well, I guess if you define AEC basically is ASEAN, right? So we today travel enormously around the region.
That's right.
So I think living in ASEAN is there. But when AEC kicks in 2015, the most important question is how competitive or how ready are we? And because the flow of ASEAN, I think the English language becomes very important. So I'm hoping that the Thai community picks up more English language.
Are you picking up in McThai?
We do have, especially in tourist area, where we have our staff learning English. So we're pushing that as well. So that's for us already ongoing within McDonald's.
Okay.
In McThai. So I'm hoping that this spread across to more companies to support the Thai community speaking English.
You've heard it from the guru of the restaurant chain business, Mr. K.Hester Chair, CEO and the chairman of the executive committee of McThai. Thank you very much, sir.
ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณค่ะ And for you, what is your critical moment? See you next time. Hello, this is Kritika, your host for Kritikal Moment, a know-how show of doing business successfully in Thailand and AEC. So, what is your critical moment? See me every week at Expat World.